Hey guys, this is Anon, and I have a rare and special game for you here today. I am in an RU-251 platoon with Terminator God, who is another member of Storm and an up-and-coming YouTuber you may want to check out. Here at Lost Temple, and we're going ahead and cruising on a really fast flank all the way around. We see a lot of TDs on the other team, so we're trying to get over here to shoot them a bit before they work their way up into the temple area. And honestly, it would probably move too fast. I mean, they hardly get to get going at all. And I take a big shot because I let myself get spotted there, unfortunately. So it starts a little bit rough. It's a great thought by getting over here and trying to get those shots, but at the same time, you have to be careful not to get spotted if you're going to do it. T-44 pops up also, so I kind of bail back down because I don't want to take any more damage than I basically just did. And now, since so much of our team followed us and Red kind of adjusted, we decide to go turn around and flip the map because the RU really needs to play in a flanking maneuver. You can't be head-to-head with tanks, so if you get in a fast flank and the Red team turns on you, all of a sudden then you are the front line and not the flank. So that's what's great about the RU is that you can turn and flip the map so fast. I'm working my way up to Temple, but then when I come up I see that I've got the backs of a few tanks that are down in the river, make them some really nice easy targets, and we need to whittle down all the hit points we can because we're already down by 2 tanks. Our whole team didn't necessarily pick up on what we were doing and bailing back out, so we kind of have to conserve a little bit. You need heat on the front of a T-54, but no big deal. So I'm really just using the side gun depression here and trying to pick up, like I said, any damage I can. I'm also watching the map. I know there's a Red tank to my left, which is a 44, and decide to go ahead and turn on that since I don't have a lot of spots. I'm just looking for a good angle without trying to expose too much, because like I said, I'm really conserving as much hit points as I can at this point. I'm also getting greedy and trying to get HE into his butt because the HE on the RU is so great, but it's too small of a window. I probably wasted a shot by doing that. I should have just been shooting normal like I am, but decided to get greedy again, but there I actually get a nice good roll of in the mid-200s. So able to get rid of him, and so now we're only down by 1 tank instead of the 2 because the guys on that flipped front have done okay. But you can also see by the minimap we know we're going to be down by at least 1 more before this really picks up because he's over there alone, and sure enough, there it is, down by 2 again. And we are bottom tier and really light, so you have to be careful. So come screaming around to the other side here, hoping to pick up any straggler that hadn't gone all the way down on the far side. And luckily able to pick up this T-28 prototype and just trying to get a few shots into his cheek. But again, you have to be really careful at this point, and we're trying not to get exposed to the point where they can start picking us up. We have an Object 704 still, so we're really hoping to utilize both him and his hit points because he's the big gun that's a little bit of an equalizer as far as how much damage we're going to need to farm at this point. So he's kind of floating around there. We see the 54 start to come up into the cap area, so we turn on him. When you're in a situation like this, down by several tanks, especially low tier, it's important to keep the tanks that you're fighting in front of you. You really don't want to get flanked. That J-Panther 2 puts a good shot into me, and that's the hard thing about the RU is it's just so fragile. So I decided to get as defensive as possible at this point. That's why I'm going up on the steps, because even though you're central and located, you always have somewhere to kind of roll back and keep yourself protected. So luckily the Terminator's able to get rid of the T-54, which is a giant threat kind of at this point in the game. I'm just kind of rotating around looking for all the shots we can get. And that's why I've chosen this location too. I mean, they know we're all up here, so they're going to start working their way up to this temple area, and this is just going to give me the most possibility to kind of defend myself. We also have all 4 of them spotted now, which is a really nice advantage. We can make sure that nothing's kind of sneaking around behind us, because with the big guns that are left, both of us could easily be one-shots. So T28 pops up, and he is the weakest link at this point, so it'd be nice to get rid of him. Our 704, unfortunately, didn't hold up so well. It was just a little too exposed. So now we can hopefully use our speed. And Terminator flips around on the backside, makes a really great move here because now we have them essentially flanked. It's a 2-on-2, and we're both on either side of them, so it'll really let you kind of pop in and out and work the angles that we have left. So I'm letting myself get more exposed because I can see where his turret is looking and it's not looking at me, which means that I have a little bit more flexibility in kind of where I can work. Still back up because I know that T95 is coming around the corner and I wasn't really sure which way he was facing. Now I can see he's facing Terminator and lets me work on a few shots this direction. And once you get to this situation, absolutely no reason we shouldn't be able to win it against a slow-turning T95, against the two fastest, essentially, tanks in the game. So it's just a matter of getting in good position, and it's a huge comeback at this point, especially from a low-tier perspective. And so I'm going to get the nice settle in here behind him, but honestly I'm also trying to pin him because Terminator is already sitting on a Radley and has enough hit points that he can make one run at getting his pool, so I'm trying to set that up for him and get the 95 to one shot. There's the end of my AP, which is always tough, but I'm just trying to, like I said, just trying to get it one more shot. It's always nice to have in a platoon when you can give your teammate a chance at a bigger medal. And he certainly could get one shot here with an HE, but I'm kind of telling him, hey, we've got the 95, no problem. Take the chance at your medal. There's nothing really to lose at this point. And so he makes the run for it, gets enough angle on it that doesn't get a huge roll, and there he can kind of finish him off. So we've had some crazier games, certainly in the RU and certainly that I've shared, but what I think makes this particular game so impressive is what you'll see here in a second. I get an ace because of very high damage, which is a beautiful thing in this tank, but Terminator also picks up an ace because of that Pool's medal. The double platoon ace is extremely rare, and I don't think I've ever seen that before, so I thought that was pretty exciting, especially with the comeback.